Over the course of my career, I've handled hundreds of cases involving allegations of domestic violence. And the purpose of this video is to help you understand a little more about these charges if you're facing them in Colorado. In Colorado, domestic violence is not a separate charge. Instead, the prosecutor adds the aspect of domestic violence to another charge like assault or stalking or harassment. And you see this on the charge document, which is the complaint and information. And so, for instance, if you're charged with felony stalking and the prosecutor is alleging that it involves domestic violence, underneath the charge, as is listed of stalking, you'll see the words domestic violence. And this alerts the court and you that you've been charged with domestic violence. And should you be convicted, then the court will have to impose certain statutory requirements because the charge is alleged to involve domestic violence. Colorado specifically defines domestic violence in its statutes. And domestic violence is defined as an act or threatened act of violence upon a person with whom the actor is or has been involved in an intimate relationship. Domestic violence can also involve threatened acts upon another person, their property, or their animal if it is used as a method of coercion, control, punishment, intimidation, or revenge directed against a person with whom the actor is or has been involved in an intimate relationship. Colorado defines what an intimate relationship is. And under the statutes, an intimate relationship is a relationship between spouses, former spouses, past or present married couples, or persons who are both the parents of the same child, regardless of whether or not the persons have been married or have lived together at any time. In Colorado, if you're charged with domestic violence, you will be arrested. And after you are arrested, before you can post bond, you must appear before a judge and be issued a mandatory order of protection. That order of protection will tell you what you can and can't do in relationship to the alleged victim, oftentimes property, and perhaps children. It's very important to read the protection order in full. I encourage people to take time in reading these orders because a violation of the order can involve a contempt citation or an added count of violation of an order of protection. If you find yourself facing a charge involving domestic violence in Colorado, you need an experienced attorney who will fight for you, help you understand the charge, and explain to you your legal and factual defenses.